Hello Aries, Merry Christmas. I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. Let's talk December, guys. It's Christmas. We finally made it through the year. That's the vibe, right, Aries? Okay, so I love this time of year. Not only because it's Christmas and it's time for giving and enjoying ourselves, but it's because it's that time of year where there's always transitions. It's where we reflect on the year we've had and we look back, and we kind of see where we've been and where we want to go, and we start making those New Year resolutions. So we start making movement in our life, and I really love that about this time of year. Not only that, we also allow ourselves to have downtime. We use the excuse of Christmas to actually let ourselves have fun, let our hair down, and enjoy our family and friends. So that's really amazing in itself. Even though we should be doing that all year round, throughout the year, checking in and enjoying ourselves, this is the time of year when we kind of let that happen automatically. So that's really good. So I'm kind of excited to see what's in store for you Aries for December. So let's get started. I'm going to be using my two decks. I'm going to use Archangel Michael that I used in my November readings. If you've watched those, basically if they're reversed, I read them as pay attention. And I'm going to be using my energy oracle cards as well. So these are kind of like tarot, but not quite. And I do read my own way. That's how I do my readings. I'm very go with what I'm drawn to, symbolism, and seeing things the way I do, because that's how I need to express the messages across to you. So let's begin. Let's see what's in store for you, Aries. So as you may know, if you followed me last month, Aries is my moon sign. So I've got some fire in me too. Let's see what's in store. That one's flying away. Interesting. Go with that one actually. So what I'm going to do is, and that one then apparently, what I'm going to do is do a row of Archangel Michael, a row of energy, and again, and then the final row will be for all. Maybe, I don't know if the oracles, energy oracles want to come out for you. Yes they do now. It's very interesting to begin with. The way I shuffle uniquely, those two want to come apparently. Like in my own little way. It's different with every read that I do. Again, I just go with what I'm drawn to and I go with the flow. I kind of feel like working with the energies of the universe. I'm not a routine kind of person. I am very much, this feels right, this is how I'm doing it. So, yeah, prepared to make changes if we need to make changes and go with the flow. That's how I vibe. But interestingly, yeah, the shuffle is very interesting. How it's happening. So I just started this recording without pressing record because apparently I had my camera on photo. So I have a lovely photo of myself before I speak to you guys, and you weren't even there. Just on the last column now. Actually, that one. There's two. So yeah, the shuffle is very interesting. I don't know why. And I can't really explain to you why it's interesting because it's my own kind of thing, but yeah, there's a kind of a something happening, so I can't wait to get started. Let's go, Aries. Okay, so first off, we have shield yourself. So when I first started putting this column down, the second one flew out, which was it's time to leave an unhealthy situation. So I feel like the energy around you at the moment is to just not be on guard, but be aware of the energy around you, that there could be something potentially damaging to you is what I want to say. I don't feel like it's majorly toxic, which this card generally means leave a toxic situation. I feel like something could arise that has toxic vibes. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels like it's just don't get involved, I guess. Shield your energy. I feel like it could be other people trying to influence you, and that might put you in a like it feels so light that it's like someone that might put you in like a bad mood because of their intentions or their actions. And it's just like it's time for you to get above that, rise above, and just don't let that kind of get to you. That's the feel I feel with this. Like there could be a nuisance around you. um, the final card in that column is normally one, but two popped out together. Or that's the one where I was like, oh, you want to go down as well. I got that feeling. So let's see what we've got. We've got one reverse, which is pay attention. That is the ask Archangel Michael to help you with the situation, and you have created the situation. You have the power to change it. So I definitely have a vibe that there's somebody like in the way. I feel like that other people will understand. So lean on others if you need to. Kind of get out the frustrations. I feel like you need to have a gossip with someone about someone who's annoying, and I don't condemn gossiping as such because I kind of feel like as long as you're not spreading rumors and you're speaking truth, sometimes just speaking and leaning on a friend can actually open up doors to your own healing, or you getting epiphanies on what you need to do around a situation. So I totally feel like this is the vibe here is like the other people will understand where you're coming from. So lean on those. That card does mean that there is divine guidance. So if it is something that's a little bit heavier, because all Aries situations are going to differ per person, obviously. We're all traveling our own journey. So if you are on the heavier side of that situation and there is something a bit deeper, is know that there is support there for you. That's what that card is saying, and that you have the power to change it. So the second card alongside that is you have the power. You created this situation, so you have the power to change it, which means that you are in charge. You don't have to settle for things the way they are. And that it may be that in your own doing you've created that situation. So using the example of someone else being the nuisance, you could have allowed them to be that for you. You could have allowed them to come in and cause trouble in your life, and now it's time for you to leave this unhealthy situation. So let it go, get rid of it, make it move on from you. And I feel like that is within your control here, and that's what this is saying. There is support, and you are able to move forward from that. Now, I have contract at the top, so I kind of feel like these columns are parallel to each other with the way that I'm reading them. So shield yourself and contract. It's in reverse. So I feel like you're not tied down to this, but it kind of feels like it could feel like you are. So this could be that someone very close to you or a workplace position and you feel like you can't do anything about it, or that they're able to influence, because it's on shield yourself, they're able to influence you and you're able to allow them to get closer than and not anyone that wasn't as close to you would get, if that makes sense. So for example, if you are working alongside a co-worker and they are causing you trouble, but you work for them every day and you can't get away from that person, this is like shield yourself on the energy and just don't allow that to influence. I kind of feel like that's there. I feel like it is someone who's close and on par with you, because it's like kind of on balance, like you're both equals. So I think kind of keep that in mind when you're I guess dealing with a situation. I feel like there's not a better one, and sometimes I guess your passions could get to the I can't express what I mean. I feel like you could always feel like you are in the right, and here neither of you are. You are both equal within this position. So as much as this person might be a nuisance, that maybe you are a nuisance to them, because I feel like you are within balance with this person. It could be a hierarchy thing. So again, if it is a workplace, that you are both within the same position. If it is a partner, it could be, that you are equal in an equal partnership, and you are both, no one it's not one-sided here. No one's right, no one's wrong. You're both wrong because you're both being too stubborn, or you're both right because you both had valid opinions, and we have to respect each other. I definitely feel like there's this balance here, and it's looking at things differently. Do shield yourself from that energy of their opinions. I feel like you're going to let that affect you too much because of the closeness of this. This is why you need to shield yourself. Because like when we are very close to someone and then they get critical, we can take that to heart and we can get majorly defensive. We can get mean, and we can start seeing things in black and white, and nothing ever, well, everything really ever is black and white, is it? It's colourful. I feel like you're blindfolded, so that makes complete sense for me, that you're not seeing things like that. You are perhaps being stubborn, so keep that in mind here. The next card is the Thinking Woman. I feel like you have this wisdom within yourself, and like you now perhaps, and I feel like an insight comes in that's going to make you see things a little better. I do think about a different perspective. You need to be that thinking woman in order to resolve any of this. It's in par with it's time to leave an unhealthy situation. So I feel like this is being wiser, make better decisions and see things clearer, because the way that you are stuck within that imbalance and thinking, like if you are stubborn and you're like, I am right and everyone's against me and I feel like the world is on top of me, that's not a wise way of thinking. You're not actually thinking, you're just, it's like an auto thought, isn't it? So I feel like with this, it's time to leave an unhealthy situation. For some of you, this is your mindset. You need to become more thoughtful, think more clearly, think about what you're going through. Don't just allow those auto negative thoughts to rule your life. It's time for you to take charge of that and own up and take responsibility as well. So I hope that makes sense to you, Aries. Sorry. Now the last card, again, there's two cards. This is kind of crazy. So they are parallel with each other. Is how I'm reading this layout that I've just created. And you had two cards come up, and then two cards have also come up in parallel to that. So that's kind of really cool. Now we have Happy Family, and we also have the World in reverse. So the Happy Family, if we do it complete parallel, so we have ask Archangel Michael to help you with the situation. Now, with that card, I'm pretty sure I said that there is support and there is love. Meet Tarot. He's trying to get your cards. There is love and support there, and I feel like that is your family. Like your family are there for you. They're in your best interest, and I actually feel like this card represents good times and abundance and happiness and that joy and all that you wish for. You're going to be having those celebrations. Now, with this time of year, that's kind of going to pop up anyway. But I feel like that's the support that you do have. It's there for you. You can lean on that, and that's the people that will get you through it. I vaguely remember the saying something along the lines of that there's someone there who can be that person for you to lean on or gossip to or get it out with, to talk through, to make sense of things. And I feel like that's what the family card represents to you, is like the loved one. And bear in mind, family doesn't have to be your blood relatives. This could be a family you've created. It's basically, when I said that, leaning on a friend to gossip, because that's what we do, isn't it? As people, if we have something that we need to get out of our head, we go to someone we trust, and they are our family. That's the family we've created, or it's the family we're born into if we have that close relationship with them. So I feel like that's there for you to do that. That's the guidance here, is to get those thoughts out, and they will be your guidance and help you through this. It could even be that they are a reason to do this as well for some of you, because that just kind of popped into my head while I was saying that. The second card paired with that is the World reversed. So with this one, I feel like you've got everything you need. Like fundamentally, everything that you need, you have. It's in your heart, it's in your possession. But perhaps you are actually looking out and seeing that what you lack, I guess. You got this vision of lack, and that is an unhealthy way of being in as well. And this could touch on the it's time to leave an unhealthy situation, is having that lack mindset. Because if we are constantly, for example, it's Christmas and we get a gift from everyone, but we didn't get a gift from the person we love the most. They didn't think about us because they were too busy, for example, if you've got a husband and he doesn't think to buy you a gift, and you will constantly focus on that lack, that's the one thing that didn't happen for you this year, and it taints your experiences of things. Now, I feel like this example is what you're doing. Like, one bad thing that happens to you is tainting your experience of what you're going through right now, which is not a healthy way to live, Aries, is it? So I feel like, lean on your family and allow yourself to see and be grateful of the world that you have. And be grateful of the love that you have surrounded, because it's actually not, it's pretty amazing. It's not negative at all. But that one thing you lack can make you, bypass all of that in order to focus on something that is toxic to you and to the people around you. Okay, what's the next row? Let's see. So keep your eyes on the intended target. So again, this is just what I was saying. It's have a goal in sight and, keep the focus. So don't focus on things that are irrelevant and not important to you. It's very, very, very much flowing on from that, is to keep your focus. I feel like have a goal in mind. Create those New Year's resolutions. Give yourself something to aim for, because again, with this thinking woman card of changing up your mindset, I feel like there is some good work you can be doing here for yourself, but it is you that needs to do this for yourself. She has a bow and arrow and she's aiming. I definitely feel like setting New Year's resolutions for you, particular Aries, is a really, really good start, and guidance for you. This is your life's purpose. So this can lead, it's basically saying that's you being on the right track. This is a card that's saying you're on the right path, things are going to head towards a favorable outcome in a way. That's what this card sort of means, because it's your life purpose. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So going on from setting your targets, I feel like doing your inner work is going to lead you to feeling that what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to feel direction. It's going to give you that purpose that you're going to know it's kind of like I'm feeling like you're going to know what to do. You're going to know that what's best in your best interest and what's the next steps. It's that kind of thinking. It's going to open you up to that way of that mindset, really. I feel like it's just going to open doors for you. So keep that in mind, Aries. Write about your thoughts and feelings. Again, it is really about going within. This is about you sorting this out. I'm sorry, Aries. So that's kind of how it feels. Is focusing on sorting your mindset out, and getting it out of your head. Write about your thoughts and feelings is about literally getting it out of your head and seeing it in front of you. So have these discussions if you're not a writer. Write it out if you are. Sometimes it's seeing things like, for example, writing a pros and cons list. So if you have decisions to make, writing that pros and cons, you see which one is longer. You see which ones have the more substantial ones. For example, your pros could be, let's use having a baby. Pros is you've always wanted to be a parent, you're ready financially, you're all blah, blah, blah. Then the no's are, I won't be able to drink as much anymore, I won't be able to go out. Like, they're massive yeses and they're little no's that you can adjust to. Sorry, that's just a really rubbish example, but it's what came to mind. So you see what I'm saying? It's like sometimes getting things out in front of you, you can see actually what holds more substance, what's actually in your head, and what's just the noise. And sort of getting that focus. I feel like that's really beneficial for you, Aries, with the vibe with this. I feel like it's all mental work of just getting those thoughts into alignment, because I kind of feel like it's kind of a crazy, chaotic feeling of imbalance in there, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that resonates with you, because it seems a little bit all over, but that's kind of how the vibe I'm getting for you. So in alignment, the next row with the energy cards, we have third chakra Archangel Camuel. Sorry if I said that wrong. So he's reversed. So upright, I get this sense of being in charge. Again, with the alignment, I feel like this is you needing to take charge. I feel like it's not upright and you need to be spinning and changing the narrative of your life. I definitely feel like something needs to switch up for you, and that's what I get with this. I definitely feel like work with the yellows of that third chakra. I feel like that will help boost you. So when you're working with chakras, sometimes just eating yellow foods, wearing yellow, surrounding yourself in yellow, yellow flowers, you know what I mean? So anything that promotes that color surrounding your energy with purpose and intention can actually cause, like, unblock things. And I feel like this could be the root of your blockage as well for you. Because after that, your next card is your fourth, which is Archangel Raphael. And he is all about healing. And he's upright. And I feel like you need to heal your third chakra. And that's all about intuition. It's all about gut instinct. It is about knowing yourself, I guess, and feeling one with your own power. And I feel like the healing there needs to come. With Archangel Raphael, he brings that healing for you, and this is a healing time. And I definitely feel that there's a success for you with this. It is just, doing your stuff is going to lead you towards that. We have financial constraints reversed. I feel like you don't need to worry so much financially. If you do feel that that's a burden, I feel like you can just allow that to drift away from you. You may be coming into something, because I feel like this is a good move. I feel like you're in a good place with this Raphael. And it's like you're coming out of this bad mindset and you're coming into an open mindset, and once you do that, you are open to receiving gifts. And I feel like that's where we are with this. You're kind of opening yourself up to brighter times, and it then allows the abundance to come to you, because I feel like that's what this card is sort of saying. That, and it might not be that you're going to have financial gain, it could be abundance in any way, but I feel like financially you are going to benefit Aries during this time, whether it be that you either have something coming in for you, or that just the worries that you had been holding on to just sort of drift away financially. I just feel like that there's burdens lifting here. So I hope that resonates with you, Aries. Okay, final column. Let's see what we got. We have a double card as well in this one. So this is what I use. I'm trying to think. Trying to feel the vibe with this one, because it is a future position sort of one typically, as I was been reading this in some of the readings, but sometimes I feel it's current, and I'm just trying to get that vibe with you. I feel like it's a mixture, that we're starting with current down to future for you, because it's giving me weird vibes. Like the shuffle for you was very weird, and I'm still kind of getting that in this column even more so. And I do remember shuffling, I felt like nothing wanted to come for you at one point as well. And it wasn't that there was nothing, it might have just been that there's shifting, something needs to shift, and that could be this mindset. Anyway, so let's see what the cards say. So admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. So this is reverse, so pay attention. So again, I feel that stubborn energy. So this is the current that I definitely feel like that's why we're still in the current in this final realm. We're not having this is what's happening, because you need to shift and you need to admit things to yourself in order to move forward. I feel like this is a stubbornness, as in either you're not wanting to see it, or you're choosing not to, or it's not something that you're bringing to the surface. So perhaps it's a time to become more conscious. So next cards are Envy reversed and Draw to Value. So they are both reversed. I feel like this is all like illusion. This is how you are perceiving where you're at. I feel like you don't feel like you have enough. There's kind of like a level of, it's not greed. I mean, some of you, it could be greed, so pay attention to that. I feel like there's just that, like, nothing's enough. And it could be attention from others. It could be the things in your life. It could be that you're undervaluing the things that you do have, and you're taking them for granted. Because I feel like this is like major. I feel like there's stuff there in front of you and you're not seeing it, or you're not seeing it in a way that it like actually is. I guess it kind of feels like there's a veil over it, and how you're visualizing what you have, it's tainted. So that's kind of holding you back, and this is still being stuck within the mindset. And the next card, I feel like there's movement. Let's see what it is. The person you're asking about is trustworthy, so pay attention to this. So again, I feel like this comes with a mindset. It's acknowledging that the people that are causing you these issues, this toxic thing, it's coming from a place of love. If there's another person involved, so I feel like where there is I can't think of the word, conflict. So where there is conflict in your life at this time, I don't feel like it's coming from a negative place at all. It's actually coming from a space of love. You may be taking it negatively because, like, again, it seems like the mindset is off here. But this is actually somebody who cares about you. And sometimes when people come at us, it's very easy to be defensive and feel like they're always putting you down and always coming at you. But I feel like that this is one of those examples where it's actually someone just trying to help you, and you're actually just walls are up and you're deflecting it back and being all like, whoa, why are you always picking on me? It's always your fault and it's always my fault or whatever. Like, don't do that, because I feel like this is the whole point, is to see that this person's coming from love, and perhaps that if you do just take a step back and look at it from another perspective, you might actually see that. And again, this goes with the getting the thoughts out, just knowing that that person comes from a place of love. And that ends with, and this does feel futury, so that's the transition. It's knowing that coming forward is leading you to community, and this is like, I feel like this is a gathering. To me, this is gonna pop up during a reading, and it hasn't for you so far, other than family. It's about good times. It's Christmas. We're gonna be celebrating, so I think you're gonna be surrounded by your community. Is the vibe here? Like, despite any of the negative implications of this reading, you're still going to have great family and friends around you, and you're going to feel that support, and you're going to have a good time. This is in it for you. That's kind of like what I see here. It's like, no matter what you go through, you are going to be able to appreciate the people that are around you in your community. And I really think I need to express really strongly for you as well, because it's kind of coming at me now, is that a family is somebody who you are close to, who you consider family. You do not need to be blood related, and you do not even have to have relationships with those who are related to you. It's about having connections with people on a deep enough level that you consider them family, and you have that. Aries, you do have that around you. Sometimes even, like, I am one of the most secluded, isolated kind of individuals, but it's acknowledging that there's still people out there for me. I know that I have my tribe and my people, even when I do feel lonely, because I do isolate myself, because that's just my personality, being an introvert. I feel like for you, that is a strong thing here, is to realize that you have your family and you do not need more than that. Sometimes I feel like we're always wanting more, and that comes with that greed and the reverse envy for you. I'm sorry, but I feel like you're just not seeing that. So I acknowledge that now. But I do feel like that you have a celebration coming up. You are going to enjoy your festivities, and I hope that you can appreciate the love that surrounds you, because I really, really do feel like this warm hug of a support system around you, whether you feel it or not. So anyway, Aries, thank you very much for coming. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my other socials. The links are below. I shall be doing a competition during November, so for prizes, etc. In the hope to just boost subscriptions so that everybody can get their guidance per month. So thank you very much, Aries, and Merry Christmas.